Hi guys, and welcome back to today's video. I hope you guys are all doing great. As you can tell from the title down below, I'm going to be sharing with you kind of what is in my wish list for some of my favorite online retailers. And I say retailers lightly because within one retailer there's like a lot of retailers like Etsy. So I'm going to be sharing with you some of my favorite businesses on there. I love Etsy because I'm supporting the smaller business. More specifically, I'm supporting an actual family and the actual people making the item, and I love that. I love that. So I'm going to be sharing with you kind of my favorite. I have some little preschool printable things that I get on Etsy. I get a lot of wooden toys and puzzles for the kiddos on Etsy, and as well as really simple and just unique jewelry pieces that are also just honestly unique and handmade and just beautiful. And these are all wish list items, so they're not necessarily a need, they're more of a want, hence why they're in a wish list. And they're kind of there, and I actually really like setting up wish lists too, because if I do need a gift, if I am looking for either birthdays or Christmas and things like that, I can go to my wish list and see kind of what I've already highlighted to see if I actually do still love that item, because chances are if I put it in my wish list and go back to it a month or two later, if I still really like it, then chances are I love it. So I end up purchasing again. But I do love having things in a wish list because it lets me pause and think about whether or not I actually need something versus want. And if I'm honest, most of the stuff in my wish list is a want and not a need. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you do, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and let's get into it. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with my Etsy favorites. And the first thing that I have on Etsy is a favorited shop, and I do have one of their puzzles already, but it is a company called Addison Industries. I will have everything linked down below that I'm going to be talking about, as well as just screenshots of pictures right up here. So if you want to see what I'm talking about. I actually already have one of these root vegetable puzzles, and I love it. I love the different ribbons and the strings that are on top of each vegetable. I think they're really sweet and it's really fun and unique, and it's definitely one of those puzzles that you're not going to find anywhere else, probably apart from Etsy. You're probably not going to be able to walk into a store and find it. So I do love Addison Industries. Their puzzles are really sweet, somewhat educational. Like the root puzzle one is, I like to be able to see and actually show the kiddos, like, this is what the root vegetables look like underground and things like that. So those are really fun. Then the next thing I have on Etsy is a company called Arbor Inspirations. And the thing I have favorited from them is a loose parts insect / bug exploration table. But I thought this looked really fun. You can take the loose parts and the little stones, and you can make the little butterflies, little insects, really just whatever you want with it. And I thought it would be a fun, kind of like a busy bin idea for preschool. And it is pretty affordable, so I'm thinking about getting that. Obviously it's in my wish list, so still thinking about that. And then the next one is from a company called The Naturalist & Co. And it is the Box of Natural Wonders Nature Study, kind of like lesson exploration. But as you can see, it's just a box full of like really fun and unique nature treasures. And I'm thinking of this one for more of a either birthday present for my little guy coming up in October, or an actual Christmas present. He loves nature treasures and all things nature. And a lot of these little things are unique and would be very unique to him, and something that he would love adding to his already growing nature collection. Another favorite that I have on Etsy is from a company called Bunny Hopkins Toys, and it is all stuff made in the USA, of course, and it is a wobble board for balancing. And I don't know if your kids have a wobble board. If they do, comment down below, because I'd love to hear if you actually use it and if the kids like it and enjoy it. But I thought it was a really fun toy, and mostly not just for the practicing of like balance and things like that. It would be great skills to develop, but I also feel like with the wobble board, you can imagine you're surfing, you can imagine you're skiing. Like, there's so many fun things you can do with it. So I have that in my wish list as a huge potential, probably for Christmas, maybe not for a birthday, but for Christmas coming up. And then another thing that is a huge wish list item, however, it's pretty pricey, but it is beautiful. So it's $142, but it's from a company called From Jennifer. It has 5 stars, and it is a home calendar. And as you can tell, it is absolutely beautiful. It has all the wooden pieces. The kiddos can put the pieces kind of on and off. They can put the months on, what the weather is, what the date is, and things like that. And I thought it would just be a really fun, unique piece to have set out on our school table. The next 2 items I have are actually more personal items to me. And that is this ceramic mug with bluebirds. I love birds. I have birds throughout my home, and I kind of decorate with the birds as well. But this is from a company called Pleasant Pottery, and I just thought this was a really cute mug. I know it's probably weird that I like birds so much, but I just thought it was really pretty, and for some reason having a fun mug to drink coffee out of is like the best thing ever. I know it's weird, but I love it. And then the next thing that I have that I really like, again it kind of goes along with the bird theme as well, is from a company called Easton Lane Jewelry, and it is a hummingbird necklace, and I just thought it was really pretty. It's very just elegant and just minimalistic, which I really like in my jewelry. I'm not a huge like fashion jewelry person. And then the other company that I also favorited a necklace from is from Zurich, I think, jewelry. I think that's how you say that. I might be wrong. But again, it's another just little bird necklace that I thought was really pretty. But yeah, that is everything on my Etsy wish list. Let's go ahead and jump on over to Rainbow Resources. So my first two wishlist items on Rainbow Resources is The Nest is Noisy. It is a beautiful book all about birds. I have two books in this series already. One is called The Egg is Quiet, and the other one is called A Butterfly is Patient, I believe. So I would be adding two more books to that series. And like I said, the first one is The Nest is Noisy, and the second one is A Rock is Lively. And then I also have a third one, I guess there's three more in this series. It's called A Seed is Sleepy. All three of these books look beautiful. I know I love the two I already have, so having the other three to add to our collection would be a really fun addition to our homeschool and our nature study shelf. And then I also have a game called Ficklefish Card Game. I honestly just thought this would be a really fun game. I looked at the description and thought it would just be a ton of fun to play. And then I have another one called Nature Portfolio Throughout the Year. Again, I just thought this book was really fun and a good addition to our homeschool and nature shelf. And then I also have a Never Get Bored Outdoors activity book. This looked really fun. If you are someone who wants to like look open or flip open a book for 10 seconds and try to find an outdoor activity for your kiddos, that might be a little bit more unique than you would actually think of. And these are all fun activities that you don't need the big playground equipment, you don't need the toys for. Just a book full of really fun unplugged ideas to do with your kiddos. The other thing that I had in my wishlist cart was the scripture from Scribbler to Scribe, but that made my that made the trip from my wish list to my shopping cart a few weeks ago. If you saw my last video about what I got for the new school year, you'll see that book in there because it looked amazing, and it is amazing, and it looked amazing, it is amazing, and I'm really glad that that made it into my shopping cart. But yeah, that is everything from Rainbow Resource, and let's jump on over to Miller Pads and Paper. Some of my favorite wish list items that I pretty much always have on my wish list from Miller Pads and Paper. I love the quick sticks. I always get my quick sticks from them. I also get a lot of just miscellaneous like gel pens. They have the best gel pen selection. So I get all of those types of things from there. And then currently right now I have the neon set in my, or the neon gel pen set in my wish list, as well as some molding clay and just some air dry clay and things like that, as well as some Melissa and Doug items as well. And these coloring pads up here, the big giant ones that I've shared plenty of times on my channel. I do have more of those favorited in my favorites as well. But yeah, that is everything from Miller Pads and Paper. Again, go check them out if you do want any type of like art supplies and even homeschool stuff too. They have a large variety of stuff on their website. And then next, let's head over to Christian book distributors. So the first three things that I have in my christianbook.com wish list, those are the devotional dippers. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. This is actually pretty much the first time I've heard of them, at least the past few weeks. So I have those as my main wish list item. And then I also have 2 or 3 whole sets of Adventures in Odyssey in my wish list as well. We love Adventures in Odyssey, and we love listening to them in the car, pretty much wherever we go. The kids love them, and I love the stories. A lot of them are really sweet, and so I do have 2 or 3 sets of those on my wish list as well. But yeah, that is everything for my Christian book wish list. And the last company that I do have a pretty good sized wish list for right now is a company called the Acorn Naturalists. So let's go ahead and head over there. So the first thing that I have on my wish list is a product. It's actually a product line. This is original product to Acorn Naturalists themselves, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is an original brand to them. But it is called Nature Circles, and what it is are these little outdoor little circle cards on a little carabiner. And they're full of nature activities, honestly, for young kiddos. And then I also have favorited a Nature Circles, the Outdoor Adventure card set. So just a really fun thing to have on hand for if you're looking for that really quick and simple, like to go almost, put on your purse or something. If you're going to the park, just really fun activities and ideas to do with your kiddos. I also have a book favorited from this company. It is called Preschool Beyond Walls. It's about blending early childhood education and nature-based learning. And I thought this would be an excellent read. The reviews are really good. And since our family is a more of a Charlotte Mason type homeschool environment, we do a lot of nature study and the kids thrive when they are learning about nature. So I thought this would be a really fun addition to my personal bookshelf. And then I have another book as well called Nature-Based Learning for Young Children, Anytime, Anywhere, or on any budget. So that was a really fun book I had in my wish list as well. And then I have a third book. I know it's probably excessive, but it's called Nature Play at Home. It's about creating outdoor spaces that connect children with the natural world. So I have that one in my wish list as well. And then Acorn Naturalists have some of the best and the most beautiful hand puppets I've ever seen. I don't know if your kiddos do hand puppets and anything like that. My kids love playing imaginary play with stuffed animals. They'll play with them all day long. But I was looking at their hand puppets and they are gorgeous. They are lifelike. The one specifically that we are looking at getting is we have this snow owl, I believe, like the white owl. And then there's also an eagle that the kids love playing with birds and anything. Like I said, we love birds. So I have those puppets favorited, but they are absolutely gorgeous. They really are. I'll have pictured up here on the screen a few more of our favorites, but they are phenomenal. I will go ahead and say that they are a little bit more pricey. That's why they are in my wish list and not a shopping cart right now. This would be one of those things I'm thinking about doing, like a couple more hand puppets and then some magnetile sets for the kiddos for their main Christmas gift this year. Because they are gorgeous, the quality is phenomenal. We actually do own one already. But there's a lizard puppet that my kiddos would love. There's an octopus little finger one. The little tiny finger ones are, I believe, like anywhere from $6 to $12. And then once you get to the big full size, like the owl puppets, they can be like $45, $50. But like I said, the quality is phenomenal. You're supporting a smaller business, so that's a win. And yeah, so I love everything about the puppets. They are beautiful. And then on this website as well, I have the bird spandex and the bug spandex also in my wish list. But yeah, they have a ton of stuff. I definitely recommend going to the website and checking them out. If your kiddos are into nature, any type of nature study, they have anything and everything that you could ever want when it comes to nature study. We love them. Well guys, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed kind of seeing what was in my wish list. I always, like I said, add things to my wish list before really purchasing, especially when it's more of a want instead of a need. And it really helps me be more intentional with what I'm buying and stick to my monthly spending budget, if that makes sense. But yes, thank you guys again for watching. And if you haven't, I'd love to have you join our family. And you can do so by subscribing down below. And until our next video, you guys stay safe and God bless. Bye.